You're not failing. You're not lazy. You're not even inconsistent. You're something far more dangerous. You're almost consistent. And that one thing is exactly why your life isn't changing. Not because you don't try, but because you stop right before it matters. You know this pattern too well. That moment when everything finally feels aligned. You wake up early, you write your plan. You tell yourself, this time will be different, and for a few days, it is different. You feel sharp, focused, in control. You start believing again. You think, maybe I've finally changed. You work, you push, you stay consistent, for a while. Then life does what it always does. It doesn't break you. It distracts you. One busy day, one missed session, one excuse that sounds reasonable. I'll continue tomorrow. That sentence looks harmless, but it's where everything starts collapsing. Because tomorrow never arrives the way you expect it to. It arrives tired. It arrives delayed. It arrives distracted. And suddenly, you're not in rhythm anymore. You're not consistent anymore. You're just restarting again and again and again. And that's where most people get stuck, not in failure, not in quitting, but in restarting too often. Here's the truth nobody says clearly enough. Success doesn't come from starting strong. It comes from not breaking momentum. Not perfect effort, not intense effort, but uninterrupted effort, even small, even slow, even imperfect, because progress doesn't disappear in one big failure. It disappears in small interruptions, one missed day, one skipped task, one I'll do it later. And the problem is, those moments don't feel serious, they feel harmless. But they quietly reset your identity. You stop being someone who shows up and become someone who starts again. And that identity change is dangerous. Because starting over always feels easier than continuing. Starting over feels clean, feels fresh, feels possible. But continuing is messy. Continuing is uncomfortable. Continuing is where resistance lives. That's why most people never build momentum. They never stay long enough in one direction to let results appear. They quit not at failure, but right before breakthrough. And the worst part, they feel like they're trying hard. Because they keep starting, but starting is not progress. Staying is, continuing is. Think about your real life. How many times have you said, this is my new beginning? New week, new month, new mindset. You feel powerful in that moment. You believe this time you'll stay consistent. And for a short period, you do. But then reality returns. Stress returns. Distraction returns. Fatigue returns. And instead of pushing through, you reset again. And every reset costs you something invisible. Not just time, not just effort, but belief. Because every time you restart, you quietly tell yourself, I couldn't maintain it. I lost control again. I need another fresh start. And slowly, your identity shifts from builder to starter, from consistent to restarting. And that version of you, it never reaches momentum, never reaches flow, never reaches breakthrough. But what if the problem was never discipline? What if it was interruption? What if your life would already look different? If you simply didn't restart every time you broke rhythm? Think about it. What if you continued, even at 50%, even on bad days, even when it felt pointless? Because here's the truth most people miss. You don't need perfect days to change your life. You need connected days, one after another, linked together, unbroken. That's how momentum is built. Not intensity, continuity. And once momentum builds, everything changes. Discipline feels easier. Focus feels natural. Progress starts compounding. But it only starts when you stop breaking the chain. Stop restarting. Stop resetting. Stop beginning again. Because every restart delays your future, but continuation builds it. So listen carefully. This time, Don't aim for perfection. Don't aim for a perfect week. Don't aim for perfect motivation. Just aim for one thing. Do not break continuity. Miss a day. Continue. Feel tired. Continue. Lose focus. Continue. No restarts. No reset. No new beginning. Just continuation. Because your future is not built by how many times you start. It is built by how long you refuse to stop. And maybe, just maybe, the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is one decision: to keep going without starting over.